Well, file this under the latest thing I have to worry about if I have children. Kids are on YouTube, all over internet, all over TikTok, are taking the Nutmeg Challenge, where basically you ingest a large amount of nutmeg to get high.
A couple of the kids had these little bottles of nutmeg
This is the teacher talking.
in their bags. What do you have nutmeg for? And they were like, oh, culinary class. So then they're at lunch and she's talking to the culinary teacher and she was like, what are you guys making that needs that much nutmeg? And the culinary teacher said, what are you talking about? We're not making anything with nutmeg. Well, the resource officer overheard them and he was like, you remember which students? The resource officer goes in the classroom, looks in their backpacks, and finds little jars of nutmeg. They're all suspended because these flippin' teenagers have figured out that you can use nutmeg to get high.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness
High up
gracious.
on the
Can you
nutmeg.
really?
Yeah,
I tried that in high
apparently.
school.
Nutmeg?
Yeah.
Really?
But it was just because, just like through Google Threads, figured out about it, or like on Twitter or something, heard about it. And we're like, let's try it out. And then, but it's such an absurd amount.
Yes.
Was never able to do it. Never able to like actually feel an effect.
Okay, well, is it
But-
dangerous?
Yeah, it can be because you
Just
can.
a seasoning, right?
Yeah, well, it's a spice.
You're not eating it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can.
Oh,
I mean,
you're not?
it's kind of like you'd have to ingest.
They're like snorting it.
You can snort it, you can smoke it, you can
Oh my
just ingest
gosh.
it by
Yeah.
the teaspoonful, but it takes a lot. And you know how kids were doing like the cinnamon challenge where
Yes.
like you try
Yeah.
And
it's
adults
kinda
were doing
like
that.
and
Yeah.
adults.
Yeah.
If you're trying to eat it by the spoonful, that absolutely is going to happen to you where you're not able, it dries out your mouth in 1 second.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to ingest it
How
that
do you
fast.
you snort nutmeg?
People are stupid.
How much do you have to snort?
Well,
That's probably
That can't
quicker.
be healthy. It goes into your lungs.
yeah.
And your nose
And
and your
your
nasal
nose.
cavity. I remember guys in high school that would snort those pixie sticks just to
You're
be
so
stupid.
Oh,
dumb.
my gosh.
So dumb and
Yeah.
very
And
scary.
what kind of high is the nutmeg thing, Squid? Does it get you
I
like
heard it's very psychedelic,
Yep.
similar to like psychedelic mushrooms.
for a long time?
I don't know how long it lasts because I never.
They said around 7 to 8 hours.
Oh my
However,
gosh.
Yeah.
However,
Some bang for your buck there.
so few people are actually experiencing the high, and more
Yeah.
people are being hospitalized that
Yeah.
it's not worth
I'm
it at
sure.
all.
Oh,
It's not
yeah,
worth it.
no, it's not worth it. Yeah.
Yeah. The effects of nutmeg, they're very similar, like hallucinogenics. Very similar also to ecstasy, like where you're just feeling euphoria. You feel a lot. But they also say it can cause extreme drowsiness, dizziness, dry mouth, confusion, seizures, vomiting, numbness in your limbs, a burning or prickling sensation in all of your limbs, extremely low blood pressure, and increased heart rate. Don't do
Jeez.
it.
No, don't do it at
Do
all.
not do it.
Not worth it.
No, not at all. And like, I remember when I was very young, I remember hearing that you could pour salt on slugs and then they would
Yes.
shrivel up and die, right?
Yeah.
And so I remember putting a ton of salt into like a little baggie and carrying it around in my book bag because I had to walk to the bus stop and I just hung out there alone for like
They must have
45
thought that
minutes.
was drugs.
Yes, and I used to think they're gonna think it's cocaine in my book bag. I was like in the 4th grade.
How the fact you knew what cocaine was?
I know, it's terrible. But here are these kids going to high school or middle school or high school every day with the containers
Of nutmeg.
McCormick's nutmeg.
Yeah.
You look stupid.
And their parents are probably going to their pantry the rare times, or maybe they use it and they're
Yeah.
like, "Where's the nutmeg?
Where's the
So they
nutmeg?
go buy more and it gets gone.
Yes.
Yeah,
We
man.
went, my husband and I, when we got married, we went to Grenada, the island of Grenada, which is a spice island. And you can, obviously, they have all sorts of vendors and sellers like everywhere you go, including in the open air markets. And you could buy all these spice necklaces and stuff. And it was super cheap, like incredibly cheap. So for souvenirs for everybody in our family on our honeymoon, we came home with like a suitcase full of spices, including nutmeg, and we still use some of them today. 'Cause
That's
you
been
crack-
10 years,
yeah,
right?
because we were hanging up these spice necklaces,
Huh.
and they have nutmeg it's still
Do
in
you have
its
to declare
shell.
that?
I don't know. We
Because
didn't.
technically, I don't think you're
didn't.
supposed to bring, like, I know it's not a live plant anymore.
Yeah.
But it was a plant, some of those spices at certain times. And you're not supposed to bring, I think, vegetation into the
Well,
country.
What's the statute of limitations?
I don't know.
on that?
I'm not 100% on this.
Oh
But
yeah, I think some of it's like the invasive species of plants. Like there's a list of things you can't bring
well,
back.
it has to do with bringing in, like, certain insects and diseases
Yeah.
into the country.
Like spiders or something in a sack of bananas or
Yeah, I
whatever.
don't know.
Yeah.
No, these were just spices on a necklace. But the nutmeg comes in its original form is like a very hard shell on the outside,
Oh.
and so when you crack it, then the inside's still good. 10 years later.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
just
Wow.
grated
well.
into everything.
We also know you'll eat expired food anyway. So
What do I care? I would use it even if it wasn't. I couldn't smell it or taste
smells
it.
rancid.
Oh, speaking of that,
Anakin's
Matt,
Yeah,
there's some meatballs down there for you. We're on the 4th day if you want them.
I'm in.
Ooh.
Sold, dude. Say less.
Yeah.
Look at them meatballs, boy.
You can tell me it's been 5 to 10 business days. I might still warm them puppies up.
He does. I have now, instead of wasting food, anything that I don't eat over 3 or 4 days, I bring it in for Matt.
It's a good thing.
Because I don't want to throw it away, and he's like a
Oh.
guy that will take it. So
Squid's like, what
I'll
about
eat
me?
some,
I'm
yeah.
a huge garbage garbage can.
Yeah. Garbage disposal.
I'll
Split
do
'em.
it.
I'll split them with you.
All right. Cool. Thanks. dude.
Jared, you thought it was good when he used to hand down furniture? The food's
The
better.
food.
Oh, really?
The food coming out of that ass
Really?
is gas,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got a ribeye steak a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
yeah, the
wow.
problem with that one, when I brought that steak in, I'm like, Matt, there's no way I would attempt to eat this. This is the 4th day. So he's like, I got it. And then I look down there. He still didn't eat it. So we're now the 5th day. I'm like, all right, 5th day, throw it out. He's like, nope, bring it
No.
home. Eat the steak.
No.
I'm like, you're
Yeah.
alive? You came
And
back?
Yeah.
There's
Yes.
a pretty good chance, if I remember correctly, I don't think I warmed that one up. I think I just went
Oh
in
my
cold.
gosh, don't do that. Are you
You eat the
kidding?
steak cold?
I think I went in cold. Yeah, after that
Yeah,
long,
you're
it's just
crazy
like, let me
about
just
that.
go ahead and challenge this.
You
thing.
That's
have
wild.
to warm it up to 160 degrees to kill the bacteria, especially
Oh,
on
no, you don't.
5-day-old meat.
That's what they
But
say.
eating like
It's
cold
refrigerated. though.
6-day-old steak is kind of
my
odd.
it was seasoned very well.
Yeah, and
Okay.
the marinade just soaks in even more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm more angry at the fact you ate it cold than how
the cold,
many days.
yeah. The cold's
Yeah.
weird.
If you heat it up, then it reactivates all the juicy fattiness
I will
in there.
say this:
You were
that is
hungry.
probably one of my biggest weaknesses is taking the time to warm up food when I'm really hungry. Like if
He's
I'm-
so
Yeah.
hungry that he can't stand waiting there for a minute,
Yeah.
30 seconds to a minute. He's got to eat it now.
Yeah.
I've said this before. There's been times that I've been super hungry that I'll just open a can of soup and just go in with a spoon. I don't want to take the time to put it in a
Okay.
bowl. I don't want to take the minute and a half to zap it. I just give me the spoon and I'll
And then,
go
and then
in.
it might be too hot. You got to wait another minute.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah.
I'll just vegetable beef to the face.
That's so gross to me.
So
Hey,
gross.
you like it? Who cares?
Yeah.